welcome back. It is the Danny Dot Podcast, and guess what, guys? I'm kicking it old school. I've gone back to the Season 1 microphone from Kmart, my trusty $16 jobby. Look, I don't have the brain capacity right now to be fixing the audio because I don't know what's going on. I recorded last pod and I had headphones on and I was just totally vibing. Everything sounds perfect. Go to play it and I'm like, what the frig? And because I'm a one record only potty kind of person, there was no editing. I was just like, don't know what's going on, can't figure it out, need some tech help. Got too much on to do that right now. So the best resort I had was to go back to what I know, and let's hope this works. Apologies to those of you that are waiting for this podcast on this fine Wednesday afternoon. We had, it's Tuesday. Shit. What day is it? Fuck, I wouldn't even have a clue. I had a bit of a drama this morning with the hot water cylinder in the garage. I was having breakfast and my socks were wet and I was like, what's happening? Why are my feet wet? I haven't been anywhere. And we realised that the hot water cylinder in the garage was leaking under the floor. So I was patiently waiting for the plumber to turn up and I was told between 1 and 3. And then he turns up at 2:45 and I was like, God damn, I could have recorded this pod bloody ages ago. Anyway, it's all sorted now and crisis averted. No insurance claims needed. But no, so here we are. As you will have seen if you are following my Instagram, Danny.pod, I posted a reel in regards to what this topic would be about, which is something that's close and dear to my heart for multiple reasons, because obviously when we talk about health, wellness, fitness, we want to absolutely be feeling good. And something that happened last week, which was completely unintentional and cracks me up to even think I even did this, is I got a personal trainer, which is really, I don't really know how to grasp this, to be quite honest, because as you know, I've talked about in Season 1 of my health and wellness pod, we did fall down discussing my personal training experiences in the past, and they've been shit to say the least. So there's this new personal trainer at my gym here in Cromwell, and I have been watching from afar for about 2 or 3 weeks now, and she's quite engaging and fun, and I thought, oh yeah, I wonder if she would be interested in my journey and helping me figure things out, because it's one thing to pay someone to, give you a plan or talk to you about how you can, better your form or have more nutrition in your diet, but you got to get along with them. There's nothing worse than being like, I hate the gym, I hate my PT, stresses me out, blah, blah, blah. No. So it was quite an easy sort of situation. I put in my diary on Monday last week, inquire about a PT, personal trainer. I was only, brainstorming how I want to be the best version of myself when the 75 Hard Challenge happens. And I just wanted some guidance, I've been going to the gym here since February 2020. I've tried to leave multiple times and I keep going back. There's just something about a empty gym that I don't know. I don't like, being bored or whatever, but I have all the machines to myself, which is not a sign for everyone to join up to my gym just because it's empty. No, it's my gym and let's keep it that way. So honestly, I was at the end of my workout on the Monday. No, actually, it was Wednesday. And I was at the water cooler filling up my drink bottle. And I never do this. I don't give two shits. If I drink my pre-workout, I'm out the door on the way home. I don't go back to the water fountain or anything. I don't care. So it was weird. I don't know why I did it. And I just happened to turn around and this personal trainer was sitting on the couch doing her admin and stuff for her people that she trains. And she just asked me how my workout was. And I was like, yeah, I'm a little bit dead, in a sense, burnt out. Burnt out's the word. And she just randomly said, is there anything I can help with? And I was like, yes and no. It's easy just to, not know. But I was interested in hearing what she had to say about some things that I was interested in. So I said to her, I've been going here for years and years, and I had great success in 2020 with losing 40 kilos using keto and joining a gym. Learned a lot, and then I went on this big, 2-year hiatus where I drank heaps and ate everything and gained it all back again plus some. But at the end of the day, what I learned from being on keto, I don't know, it wasn't an easy transition to normal food, and I stuffed up, and yeah, but it's okay. We were in COVID times and there was a lot of weird shit going on, so it's not my fault. Anyway, all things aside, I was having this formal discussion with her about a few things, and I just said that, March 7 to May 19, when I turned 37, is 75 days. And I kid you not a word of a lie, she looked at me like this lit up lemur out of the Madagascar movie, and she was like, "You want to do the 75 hard, don't you?" And I was like, mm-hmm. And she was just, "I want to help you. I want to support you. What do you need? What do you know?" And I was like, Anyway, the thing is, I was saying I want to start in March with a PT. She turned around and she said, "Dani, I'm actually looking to move out of the country in April. So if you want to learn some things now, totally up to you. Let's, have a bit of a questionnaire sort of assessment thing and see where you're at." And I was like, yep, cool, whatever. So the Thursday morning I come into the gym and we've sat across from this box thing, and personal trainers always have this mentality that they're like the therapist that we never knew we needed. And I fully agree with this statement, because when we were discussing what my challenges were and what my why was, which I'll come back to, it's quite important, it just came out of me like verbal diarrhea, all these implications and injuries and setbacks. And, I wasn't making excuses for anything that I've tried to do in the past. I've always given everything 110%. But when it comes to nutrition, I'm one of those people that goes without or has heaps of. I will cook the village a meal from TikTok, or then I can fast for 18, 24 hours and not eat at all. So when she says to me, what's a day on a plate for Dani look like? And that's where I actually had to put a trigger warning on this podcast, because we are going to talk about food and nutrition and fitness. And if it triggers some people, I apologize. But this is my journey and I want to share it with everyone. So when she says to me, what's your day on your plate look like? And I said, well, in 2020, I taught myself how to fast. If no one's familiar with the term fasting, it's when you can go 8, 10, 15 hours without eating. So for me, when I work from home, I think sometimes it's easier to skip breakfast, only I'm really good at it. So I will go from 6 p.m. the night before until 2 p.m. the next day. Easy. Don't even bat an eyelid. That's just what it is. So when I was sort of saying, I don't really eat breakfast, I barely have lunch, I probably have a coffee, and then dinner might be steak and salad. Easy. And she looked at me in utter disgust. She says, "You're eating like a 14-year-old girl and you're malnourished." And I was like, I look at food and food doesn't agree with me. I don't know why. I have a sedentary job. I can't seem to get enough movement in. It's just an absolute shit show. And look, it was exactly that. It was just therapy. I broke down for multiple reasons. Not just because it's easy enough just to say that your health and your fitness, but there's so many other factors. I have an inflammatory disease from my blood thinners where I have to be on a certain contraceptive that just absolutely ruins everything, because if I'm not on this contraceptive, it's just a terrible time because of the blood thinners. And I was trying to be completely honest with her and say, hey, listen, if we do this and I don't lose any weight, but what I know does help me lose weight if I was to go strict keto, I don't have the room before I turn 37 to actually, have any setbacks. I don't want to, gain weight from anything. And the fact is that this personal trainer had so much faith in the fact that I had to trust the process and eat 3 meals a day and have protein that I was stressing myself, but not I was, but I wasn't. And she was so kind. So kind, let me tell you. She basically just laid out all on the table and said to me, listen, Dani, I want you to turn up to all your sessions. I want you to do the workouts, because there's going to be a fair bit of effort put in. But when I tell you that this is the meal I want you to have, I want you to eat it. And I was just sitting there like, ah. So she says, can you give me 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, 2 dinners? I will make them the healthy version for you because of your macronutrients, which is your fats, your carbohydrates, your proteins, and we'll eliminate sugar from this. Like, not completely, but lower on the scale. I was like, okay, so walking back away from this, I decided a breakfast smoothie, a breakfast burrito, and, eggs on toast. Eggs on toast is easy. Everyone can do it. And then for lunch, I chose a Sammy, like a sandwich or a wrap. And dinner, I sort of slid down the route of Mexican with quesadillas, tacos, and a hamburger, which is something that obviously if you can get your hands on a hamburger and it does agree with you, then it's fine. So I did my big shop and everything was all exciting and I had all this food in the cupboard, and then I stood there and I was like, I'm fucking terrified. And I was just not like, I was trusting the process, but I was still really like cautious. That she told me, once you do a workout, within half an hour of that workout, have a double scoop protein powder shake. And I was like, I can do this. This is fine. And then between 9 and 10 a.m. have breakfast. Okay, cool. 2 eggs, 2 Vogels, thin slices of bread, avocado. I got this. Easy, done. Lunch, right, we're having a sandwich, chicken salad sandwich. Oh my God, delicious. I'll have that again. Dinner, hamburger with a fried egg, beef patty. I was like, oh my God, food. I was so full. I felt sick and I was like freaking out. My heart rate was really increased and I was saying, oh my gosh, I've eaten so much food today, but I feel good for it. It was like a happy good, but it still was like there's changes happening and I can feel them. There's so many things that happens when you have a good diet, I tell you. And I told the personal trainer and I was like, well, okay, so we're consuming more food, attitude and mental capacities improving. I can function. I've got so much energy and I'm happy and it's just electric. And on Thursday, she made me do this assessment and she was like, your form's not terrible. You've got so much stamina and your willingness to do the workouts. I think it's just the extra weight makes me feel like I can't do something. I don't know. So anyway, smashed the assessment. She gave me a couple of workouts to do for the coming days. Friday, Saturday. Saturday was a big one. It was a 90-minute workout with lots of training and different techniques absorbed. And I walked away from that and I was like, holy shit. But since Wednesday to Saturday, I didn't wash my hair because obviously when you were working out every single day, I don't know, I saw the Saturday workout as the big one and I was like, okay, well, we'll wait till Saturday after that workout to wash my hair. By Saturday after that, I was sitting in my car and I was just like, how am I supposed to wash my hair? I can barely lift my arms. I can't even stand that long. But anyway, got the job done, washed the hair, ended up in bed on Saturday day, doing some digital marketing stuff, just tweaking a few things in my little side hustle business, engaging with different people, and just had a nap. And if you know me, I don't know how to have a nap. I don't know what the hell that means. So the fact that I actually fell asleep and then mum was like, what is happening? By the way, get yourself a mum like my mum, who last Wednesday when all this went down, she actually went out to New World, our supermarket here in Cromwell, and brought me an Easter egg. And she said, whatever happens, if you cannot have chocolate on Easter, eat it now. And then we don't have to worry about Easter because you're doing an amazing job and we all want to support you, but you can't go without. And I was like, oh, God. So I really enjoyed my Easter egg, don't get me wrong. But the thing is that we didn't initiate that this would actually start this early, I suppose. However, the planning involved before you do 75 hard is imperative, because if you don't and you bomb out within 10 days because you miss something, it's not worth it. And I have wanted to do this for so long. It is just so stupid that I've delayed it this long for whatever reason. And quite frankly, I've got a friend here this weekend from Australia, super exciting, super important. And then, 7 days after I start the 75 hard, I'm actually having a lunch with really important people. And I was just trying to justify this, lunch 7 days after this challenge starts. as not being a cheat meal. And I was like, how can I get around this as this not being a cheat meal? But anyway, I think it's a mind thing as well. Like, nothing's a cheat meal if it's like, I don't know. What's a cheat meal this day? Is that you sitting in your bed eating a 2-litre tub of ice cream? I wouldn't do that. So, yeah, look, day 5 is today. I had legs today, arms yesterday. I came home after the gym both those mornings. Yesterday, I mowed the lawns and did the edges. Today, I washed my car. The energy levels are so crazy. It just fulfills me so much to know that I have so much fuel in the tank. But also, I don't know, it like pulls you out of this miserable state when you have a really good diet. And I think looking back over the last year, I've come to realize I didn't take a lot of photos of myself last year. Like, I was actually disgusted and everything. Like, I knew it was coming because I didn't like the way that I looked, and that's not fair on me because I'm a pretty cool person. But it was only sort of today, 5 days in, I stood on the scale this morning before I went to the gym, and I said to my PT, holy shit, we're 5 days in, I stood on the scale. This is not about scale weight, but it's working, and it's freaked me right the hell out, because if it's this easy, why is not, like, what, am I missing something here? Like, why have I tried this in the past and it's never worked for me? I don't know. There's like some magic spell that's been put on me where it's just everything's working and it's just really crazy. But I can only be happy and proud of myself because I'm the one doing it. And I said to my PT, I have 17 recipe book printouts on my bedroom floor right now that I found on Sunday. And she was telling me, if they were ones that you brought off Instagram or social media, or, you know, someone that along the line decided they were going to be a personal trainer for you, you could almost put money on the fact that you are not the only one with that same plan. That somewhere along the line, that person thought that they could just mass produce these, you know, diet and wellness books and all this shitty cookbook meal plan stuff that, it makes me sick. So no wonder I was burying my head in the sand with this whole thing. And it's one of those like self-love things where it's weird. Now that I know that I have a personal trainer, like what I pay her, I don't even need to justify, because that to me is like my own way of giving back to myself. The teachings that she's taught me in the past 5 days blow my mind. And the amount of nutrition that I've had. Honestly, my breakfast smoothie this morning, I felt like Dan Carter from the All Blacks on that advertisement on the TV where he like puts 60 million ingredients into the one container. That was me, and it wasn't that many ingredients, but I was like, what is this shit? Food that I have not eaten, and I'm still thinking about that damn chicken salad sandwich from last week that I was like, there was nothing unusual about it. It was just food, but I don't know, it just makes me happy because I have feared food, and she even puts me in the bucket of being malnourished for years now. It's almost like I have tried to justify drinking habits with non-eating and fasting to detoxify, get rid of all the, you know, toxic shit out of my body by not eating. I don't know. And everything that I learned about, you know, when I was doing the keto stuff, which it works, and she agreed with me. She was like, it works, but when you go to change your lifestyle, or, you know, you have a bad day or whatever, there's so many attributes with different diets. But this isn't like a diet as such. It's more a lifestyle choice, and I'm super happy to have made it. And I know that there is a lot of water weight that first comes off when you start these kinds of things. And trust me, I'm drinking 3.5 liters a day, but I actively go to grab water now. I haven't even touched a soda. I don't even know what that is. And the weekend just passed. Saturday night, I had a full skincare regime on my face and my body. I had fresh sheets. I had a scented candle. I was so cozy in my bed watching a Netflix TV show that bloody One Day TV show bawled my eyes out. What the hell was that about? I know I recommended it last episode, But that was because it was such a soft-spoken love story. It was bloody beautiful. But then the ending between episodes 11 and 14, what the hell happened? I was a blubbering mess. But yeah, I didn't touch alcohol the whole weekend just gone, which it's not a big deal for me because I did 30 days last year. But, to actively not reach for something when the culture these days is so much so that you unwind with a drink after work or you have a drink with friends or whatever, I don't know. I am absolutely just thriving, and I love the care and support from all my friends and family who are on board with this. And if you want to do this and you don't understand the 75 Hard Challenge, go to my Stan store and just grab the free printout. I made it. It's actually on my cork board next to my desk right now. I'm looking at it. My Stan store will be in the blurb of this podcast. I just want to make everything just like completely transparent and with everyone, because obviously all you got to do is pop your email in and it sends to you in a PDF. It's super simple. And I made that because I know people want to get on board with this, and there are different versions of it. So it is like a huge habit, mental challenge thing, but it's something that I deserve to succeed in. And I am so excited to get this going. But anyway, it's been on my mind for many, many years. It's just annoying and unhinged that I haven't thought about this sooner. But anyway, off the bat of my interaction last pod with the guy that I was walking the streets of Cromwell with, there's a part 2. And look, if you're driving or drinking something at the moment, hold tight for a second because you might crash. Obviously, when I've had a couple of drinks, I like to share my Snapchat. Bloody hate Snapchat. Had a long distance relationship over Snapchat many, many moons ago, and that app makes me sick. So why I was a little bit drunk and I gave it out, I have no idea. Anyway, so it was Valentine's Day and he snapped me a picture of his, dinner setup. I don't know where he was, to be quite honest. There was a female sitting opposite him at a table with her head down, and he just wrote on top of her head, "Wish this was you," and hold your horses. The ick has now been exposed. Hard no. So I can see like someone like Cammy from Catfish just standing in the background with like red flags. Yeah, look, it's not the first time, it ain't going to be the last time, because quite honestly, I'm very much always the other person in someone's relationship. I don't even know that person's in a relationship. I need to learn from these mistakes and, just find out on socials if someone's with someone or whatever. Like, why do I even get myself into this shit? But yeah, so, there is a lot to unravel there. And I was talking to a girl at the gym. I don't know, the gym community right now it's on fire for a very quiet, dead atmosphere. There's a lot of people that I've been talking to lately. I was just telling her what happened, and her mouth hit the floor and she was like, who are you talking about? I said, no, I'm going home. So yeah, she didn't get it out of me, so neither are you guys. Just off the crazy, part of this whole podcast journey, I just wanted to share with you that my grandfather he turned 81 yesterday. 81. Congratulations, Granddad Isherwood. So I gave him a call and he dropped the bombshell that he was writing a memoir, a biography. And it was crazy because he's so well-spoken, and he has a sister who actually teaches English she's been through South Korea and now she's in Italy. And he was saying to me, it's quite interesting, like obviously I think every Kiwi sort of admires their grandparents. Well, I like to think that they do. I think it's a generational thing though, I'm not sure. He was telling me about some of the stories that are going in his memoir and, the things that he's been up to in life. And he says, I found your podcast on the Rover app in New Zealand. I said, oh, God, here we go. What are you doing on an app? But he said he was very proud of me and the way that I have been speaking and blah, blah, blah. I says, well, you're going to have a biography soon and I want the first book and I want you to sign it because, one day you could be famous. But I'll have my podcast and I'll mention you on it because you're special and I love you. But obviously, like, a few people have said to me, where do you get your public speaking from? And I don't think I really explained it. I don't think I ever have. But what you might not know is that through intermediate and high school, I was actually like very, very high up in the debate and the public speaking speeches department, and I always made it nationally around New Zealand. I had a brilliant debate teacher, Mr. Van Veen, who I think is now the principal of Belfast Primary School. Don't quote me on that and don't go looking, but potentially. And Mr. Morrison. So between these two lads, when I was a little spring chicken, they both ushered me along and made sure that I was eloquent in my public speaking. And I would absolutely love for them to know that I now have a podcast, because it's one thing to be public speaking and be quite, I don't know, like decent at it, but to have a podcast and not pause or say or get yourself in a kerfuffle and re-record, that's another skill. So I'm pretty good at holding myself for 45 minutes. It's after that things get a bit wobbly. But yeah, kudos to those two, because at the end of the day, I actually had a speech which made it quite far back in the day. It was a day in the life of a $10 note. And that story, I could actually recite that whole speech to you to this day, and that was 20 plus years ago, which is crazy to think about. And I actually also hold the 91ZM Guinness Book of Record for Christchurch as the tallest 13-year-old. I was 6'2", and I won my height in CDs, which was the best thing ever back in those days, because CDs, it was actually the day that the Eminem Slim Shady soundtrack came out, because I think I was the only one to have it there for like 2 days. And then it went on to be like a whole national thing, not just based out of Christchurch. And obviously I bombed out, but they gave me Harlem Globetrotter basketball tickets. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Harlem Globetrotters, but they're a pretty cool, like, gimmicky kind of basketball team. So, yeah, look, I am actually quite out there in a weird sort of sense. And I think through the podcast, people are going to definitely grasp that concept and be like, man, what the fuck? What was that podcast even about? But I have a lot of life stories and a lot of wisdom. And I'm definitely one of those people that has all their fingers in all the pies. But I love to, like, engage and learn different things. And I think it throws some people sometimes, because they're like, oh, you know, Danny, she knows about that already, or she's already deep dove on that to see if that works. Right now, not a word of a lie, because of this digital marketing stuff, I have 29 tabs open on my Google Chrome and my laptop. I can't close a single one of them down because I'm busy doing things on 29 freaking websites. So yeah, there's a lot going on. I'm like, my brain is racing. If it's not between my actual day job, my digital marketing stuff, my half share in the crane truck with my brother that's got a whole thing going on, or my podcast, like, I'm a busy girl. So yeah, it's just been one of those major wild rides this year, I think. And I am going to take a little bit of a breather just this weekend. It's stupid. It's like I'm just getting started at the gym, and I'm taking like 2 days off to go to Christchurch on a road trip. But I do have a friend here, so I think some of the diet might go out the window, but I'll try and be as best I can, because my health and wellness comes first over anything at the moment. But I am super excited to have a visitor, because obviously that is few and far between, even though I know that anyone could turn up at any time. It's definitely one of those things. Travel's getting heaps cheaper. I think there's like a 25% decrease in pricing against last year. So lots and lots and lots to get excited about. But yeah, I am so proud of myself with the victory of obtaining a PT, because it is scary. And I think we should take that stigma away that, you know, they are still people. They just have a lot of really great knowledge. And sometimes, you know, they shouldn't gatekeep. And quite frankly, I told her that I had a podcast, so maybe she might come on it. She's really out there and crazy. And I think we really vibe, because, Yeah, she actually, my personal trainer has me in her phone as Danny the athlete. And the weirdest thing that happened is like I've started to see more bone structure in my face, and I've like got a jawline again, and I'm just sitting here like it's day 5. Like, are we really deep diving on this? But these are the things to get excited about, because at the end of the day, you only live once. And I want to start getting excited about outfits and taking photos. And I think even it goes hand in hand with my digital stuff, because at the end of the day, again, with that, I don't have a lot of photos of myself, and my house aesthetic is not something to be presentable. I actually have been tinkering with the TikTok thing quite a bit. It's quite funny. That's a weird platform. I would say 6 out of 10 don't recommend it. But obviously I made one just as a joke. I think it was Danny.podcast. Just the normal shit. Honestly, if you Google anything, you might see something pop up. There's a lot of things that are written like that. And anyway, I made a fake account, which is not that one. And I made this really shitty video. Like, it's shitty. I don't even know what the hell it was. It was like a gaming thing. I don't know. It was weird. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning and I was wide awake. There's like a weird insomnia that comes with eating 3 meals a day. I don't know. Anyway, I woke up and it had like, I can't even remember. Was it like 3,000 views? And there was just all these love hearts. And I was like, what? Why is the gaming like hashtag just such a vibe? It's so boring. I don't get it. So anyway, on my Danny.podcast TikTok, I made a video yesterday as a joke. Like, God, I got these eyelashes in the post from Shein, which I thought would be really fun for, I don't know, Taylor Swift. By the way, what the hell is going on with the Swifties? That is a crazy thing to get involved with, that concert. I'm not going, but anyway, I'm excited for my cousins that are. These eyelashes, and they were so fluffy, and I thought I could make a TikTok out of like expectation as to what I thought they looked like and actually what they like look like on. So I was holding them in my hand and I was like, they're quite cute, they've got butterflies on them, rah. And then I went to put them on. Within like 30 seconds of posting that video, there was 500 likes and like all these love hearts and all this shit. And I was like, oh my God, the beauty industry is crazy. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm testing the hashtags and algorithms at the moment just to see how far the reach is. It's been very interesting. And honestly, I'm one of those people where I'm just like, I throw it out into the universe. I don't give 2 shits who sees it or what. It's not a big deal. So yeah, no shame on any part there. I mean, if I had shame, I wouldn't do a podcast, I suppose. Anyway, on that note, I might love yous and leave yous. I've got so much stuff to do, and there's a puddle in the living room from where the hot water cylinder has leaked, so I best go and figure that out. But yeah, I just wanted to let you all in on my little personal trainer adventure and let you know that onwards and upwards. But if I feel this way now after 5 days, how the hell am I going to feel in like 75 days? It's going to be like crazy. I'm more excited about the definition in different parts of my body, because when we talked about the why are we doing this? I told her that I had an outfit and I have all these like treatments, and my the thing is right now is that I have a little like patch of grey hair, and normally I've got visitors this weekend, I would be all over it. I'd be like, yep, we're colouring it, who cares, rah. I am keeping it like terrible, because the shock value in 75 days time is going to be so good. I don't even care. I do not care. I would rather look like a fucking bin chicken and, you know, in 75 days just have this massive turnaround than to actually maintain some sort of an appearance just for the sake of going to the gym 5-6 days a week. Right now, I think I'm going 6 days a week, but in 10 days' time, I'm going to be going 14 days a week, so twice a day. So, yeah, this is crazy. And I told her about my why being my pink suit dress, which is just my absolute like favorite thing on the planet. However, it really doesn't fit me. And my trainer was just frothing at the idea of making this all work. And I told her that I've, got these super long legs, but I'd love to have definition. Not so much a bum because I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But I don't know. She seems to be customizing so much to what I need, and I'm all over this. So excited for the results. I need to take some before photos because I haven't even done that. I said I don't care what I look like, a week ago. A week ago I was terrible. I didn't have a jawline. But no, I need to get on this because there's too much going on. And if anyone else is feeling like everything's rushed at the moment, you're not alone because it's definitely going too fast. Stop the world, I want to get off. Anyway, take care. Love you all. I'll see you in a week. Bye.